Hi guys, I'm Jack from Jack's Jogging, and today I'm going to be telling you how to run a sub 18 minute 5 kilometers. Now, 5 kilometers is quite a hard distance to get right, and especially if you're trying to run a sub 18 minute. So in this video, I'll be telling you pacing, training, what you need to eat before you do it, and warm-ups and cool-downs, and drink of course. So yeah, to start off with pacing. Now for pacing, I'm going to say you do a 17:55. What you want to do is say a 3:35 kilometer pace for the whole thing. I don't do it in miles. If you do, you can just go and look that up. I find kilometers are a lot easier because 5k is actually something like 3.11 miles. It's a lot harder to measure out. So yeah, I'd recommend running first kilometre in 3:35. One thing you could do, and this is say for a 17:55, you could of course, if you wanted to do like 17:58, that kind of thing, you could of course change your pacing. But yeah, what you probably want to do, this is what I sometimes do, so you might want to run a 3:35 first K, 3:35 second K, and a 3:40 third K, and then a 3:35 fourth K. And it might sound weird, but my third K is actually my slowest. My 5th K is actually my fastest. So basically, yeah, hopefully aim for around a 3:30 on the last kilometre as well. So I'd say training is extremely important, one of the most important things. Now you probably want to be running 40 to 42k a week. So for Monday, I'd suggest doing stuff like, say running, what I normally do is I do like 1k, I do 1k like fast. I normally do it with 1k up a hill, then 1k down a hill. And for the 1k down a hill, I don't really run at the speed I would up the hill. So I do like a jog on the downhill, because it builds up better endurance if you're doing most of your training on up hills. So yeah, I'd recommend probably 10k on the Monday, just doing that. And what I sometimes do is I will do that training. It takes quite a while, so 1k up a hill, then 1k downhill slowly, then 1k up, 1k down. I normally do around 5k at that speed and stuff, and then I do another 5k, just like nice chill jog. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend for Monday. Of course, your training will be what you want to do. Another great thing is parkrun. It's 5k Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. I recommend doing that. So yeah, for training, you just need to work out your training really. That was just an example of what I do on a Monday. So yeah, aim for around 40 to 42k a week, and that gave me a 17:49 5k PB. So yeah. I think another thing that is very important is what you do for your warm-ups and cool-downs. Now, for warm-ups, you'll want to do lots of stretches. So like stretching your arms like that is always very important. Me especially, I get very painful shoulders sometimes when I run. So I find it really, really helpful to just stretch out my arms. That is probably my main warm-up. Something else I'd recommend, something you should definitely do, is I can't really demonstrate at the moment, but if you lean forwards on your knee and then stretch your back leg, that will really help the calf muscle. Yesterday around a 5k, I had a pain in my, well not a pain, more of a twinge in my calf muscle before, and when I finished I could barely stand up. So I did cool downs then, but yeah, I recommend doing like stretches and stuff. I do sometimes do a bit of jogging if I have enough time, but I don't recommend going all out kind of speed before you do. I know some people will do like sprints and stuff, but I've found that wastes my energy. Cool downs are also very important to make sure you don't get injured. So yeah, I would recommend more of a jog for a cool down, like slow pace. Yeah, now it's probably what you should eat and drink is very important. Now you don't want to stuff yourself with food right before you do a 5k, or any distance really. So what you'll probably want to do is say 12 hours before, you might want to have like pasta or something that's full of carbohydrates, that has slow releasing energy. And I'd recommend about an hour and a half before. You might want an energy bar. I know yesterday I was feeling hungry in the day, so I ate an energy bar then. But yeah, I didn't have one right before the race, and I think that it's quite slow releasing energy. So yeah, I'd have an energy bar, say an hour before you do your run or race. And I'd say for drinking, probably wouldn't have an energy drink, as they're not particularly good. Of course, some people would find them very helpful, but I don't. I don't think you really need gels for a 5K. But you might, if you want to, you can always have one. So yeah, that's really what I recommend. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.